At harm. I am Supergirl.
Hey guys, just finished watching Supergirl Season 4, Episode 18, Crime and Punishment. Wow, what an episode. This episode was really interesting. Really interesting episode dealing with the aftermath of everyone believing that Supergirl attacked the White House and stuff. And it was interesting. It's been a few weeks though since we've had an episode, so that was kind of a little disappointing. Takes away with some of the kind of build up and stuff, especially for such an episode like this. Kind of takes away some of the punch from the episode of the last episodes going into this episode. I just feel like you really need the recap and stuff, so it really is kind of a weird place to put a kind of break and stuff. But we see the people, see Supergirl going out trying to just save people anyways, saying that, the government's going to get in their way. She's going to, they can try and get in my way, and I like this. And people are just kind of shooting at Supergirl even though she's trying to save people and stuff. And I think that was really interesting dealing with that. And this is what I'm really excited for this show is kind of they better keep this, let's not sure how many episodes they have, but probably 23. Let's see how many it says on IMDb here, 18 of 20... Of 22. Wow. So we only have a few more episodes left. We only have 3 or 4 episodes left. So that's really going to be quite interesting to see as to where things go. But keeping this storyline for the rest of this season and bringing this storyline into the next season is really what I'm excited for. And I'm really hoping that they do that and they don't just kind of reveal that Lex Luthor had an evil clone, doing all this stuff by the end of this season, because then it would just be a waste. It would just be kind of very boring. And then what's the point of this? I need this to kind of go into next season, have Lex Luthor kill off his Supergirl type thing, and I think that would be really interesting, especially with the end of the way things are ending in this episode. It's really kind of interesting with how things are going to go, and I think hopefully that this kind of the fallout for Supergirl, maybe she saves everyone, but her image is tarnished for the rest of the next season, and I'd like to see it stay tarnished until later on. Although we don't know what's going to happen with Crisis on Infinite Earth, but it would be cool if this stayed all the way up until that next season, and then having that Crisis on Infinite Earth could maybe kind of set up some sort of maybe Crisis on Infinite Earth kind of changes everything entirely in this, and then she never is able to everything goes so down and so wrong for her that her image is so tarnished she can never really come back from it, and then Crisis Infinite Earth just kind of rechanges everything, time and all that stuff could kind of erase this from ever happening. I think that could be an even fun way to play that too. But I really want to play the idea that everyone kind of hates her. She's a public enemy for a long time. We see Brainiac kind of just he's not sure if he wants to kind of delete the files from the alien registry, but he ends up doing it. And he's on the phone talking to Nia Null, and he's trying to whisper, then he walks just a couple of feet out of the main computer area where everyone is, and the EO and stuff, but he's still within earshot of everyone, and he just says, yes, I did delete the registry, and it just kind of, what a stupid move. It pisses me off. They do this in every single TV show all the time. They do it even in some movies and stuff. They just walk a couple of feet away in the same goddamn room, and they expect that, you're a few feet away because the camera's out of focus and the person in the background is out of focus, they can't hear them, It's like, they can hear, you wouldn't risk it letting anyone hear that conversation. First of all, Brainiac probably wouldn't even want to say anything like that over a telephone, because you never know if it could be bugged. I mean, if someone would, it would be Brainiac. He would be able to tell if it's the phone's bugged, but still, he'd want to leave, go somewhere else, and then do it, And, or maybe he could just be like, let me use this to make it clear. Just, all he had to do is just walk away, get out of the room, completely out of the room, into a different entire room completely. Or him just walk out of the building. That would have made more sense than him just kind of walking a few feet away, then trying to say, and then just revealing what he did. That would get him in so much trouble, which is kind of silly that he did that out loud. So that would just kind of bother me. It just takes me out of the episode when they do things like that that are just utterly stupid. The stupid things that the writers put into the show. They don't even think about what they're doing. We see the National Guard attacks the prison that Supergirl's at there, where Lex Luthor was. They end up blackmailing the guard. the warden who was in cahoots or was, letting Lex Luthor walk in and out of prison and stuff in order to go in to this stuff. National Guard gets in there, does their stuff, and that was really interesting, kind of cool with that. They didn't really find any information though. It doesn't really go anywhere. I mean, it was kind of fun seeing them doing stuff, and it really was kind of cool seeing that, but it's just kind of, they didn't get any information till the end, so it was just kind of a long, dragged out of just waiting to get that USB from the guy at the end of the episode. So that was a bit weird. And then we get Colonel Haley, and she, at the end, they're supposed to call Supergirl so that they could, trap her and stuff. She presses the signal watch twice so that, Supergirl can't, knows it's a trap and doesn't show up, which would have been cool to see Supergirl hear that and go, oh, I hear it, and then hear the second one and be like, oh, it's a trap, I'm not going to go. That would have been interesting to see that. And it would have been better, the way they played it with Haley and interacting with Alex and stuff, and Alex being like, trying to tell her and stuff. I think it would have been better if Alex hadn't gone to see Haley and try to blackmail her or use her daughter against her. I think it would have been better if they had just had... she's trying to do all this. Alex is trying to convince her and not working and stuff. And then Colonel Haley comes up with the daughter aspect, reason why she, practices it twice is because her daughter misses Supergirl and looks up to Supergirl. And without Supergirl being around, she's terrified and all that stuff. So I think that's really going to be, that would have been a much better kind of moment there of her being like, yeah, I'm not doing this because of what you said. I'm doing this entirely because... my daughter loves Supergirl so much that she's so scared now, and this is not what I want to be a part of. Making her, fueling her to being scared of Supergirl and scared of the government and all that stuff. So I think that would have been a better way, as if they had done that without having Alex kind of bring up her daughter to her. So yeah, all in all, this episode was kind of fun and stuff. Definitely can't wait to see as to where things go, and the stakes are getting pretty high. I just hope that she doesn't get out of this as everything's all good, then if we go into next season her still a public enemy or even worse type thing, then I'm really excited for next season. But if they have her kind of reveal that there's a evil clone type thing to the world, or something like that, and she gets kind of exonerated of everything, then it's just kind of a waste of time, and it's like, oh, that was kind of boring. But if it stays into the next season, that'll be really, really fun. It also was pretty cool seeing her a few times kind of catching these bullets and stuff in midair, and her looking like she's going to hang up the cape for a little while and going more to the reporter side. I think that could be interesting. Doing a bit of a kind of a Smallville style take for the next few episodes could be quite fun. Just her kind of using her powers not as Supergirl but more as Kara and stuff. So I think that could be really interesting, as long as they keep the powers up and they don't just go have her completely stop using her powers. As long as she keeps using her powers somewhat like a Smallville style, could be really fun and it could be really interesting to see. So let me know what you think, guys, about the steps in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
I'm Captain America, here to talk to you about one of the most valuable traits a soldier or student can have.
Subscribing.
Sometimes subscribing is the key to victory. Sometimes it leads to very little, and it seems like it's not worth it. And you wonder why you waited so long for something so disappointing. How many more of these?
You're still here.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace.
It's over.